Welcome back to Barca Buzz. How you guys doing? Hope you guys are having a great day. Let's talk everything about Barcelona. Let's talk about Barcelona. Let's focus on the next game. Let's talk about Benfica. Let's talk about Barcelona against Benfica in the Champions League in the round of 16. I want to touch on some key points here. It is very difficult. We've played, Benfica before. It's a very difficult game, very difficult stadium to go to. I don't think we should be taking it, slightly easy because we are facing them again, and because we are coming into this game looking like favorites. We need to play well. We need to start the game well. We need to make sure that we are playing well. We need to make sure we start the game well, in order to win this game. It's not going to be an easy game, but we need to start the game very, 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 very well for us to be able to, get something in this game in the first leg. And it's very, very important. And the second leg will be in our home ground in the Montjuic. So, now, if you look at the round of 16, if you see the games that have been played today. Currently, as I'm speaking to you, they've played the first games, and the games between Real Madrid and Atletico, and the games between Arsenal, PSV, and the game between Club Brugge and Aston Villa. So you guys should have known. You guys probably know the score by now. Those games were interesting. I think the game that surprised me the most was the Arsenal and PSV game. So let me know which game surprised you guys. But forget about that. But what I'm trying to say here is the games they played today. We also watch Lille, and if you watch Lille and Borussia Dortmund, keep an eye on that game too, because if we progress to the next round, it's any of those two teams we're going to be facing, right? So they drew today's game 1-1, so I think that game is going to be very, very tough. Lille, they are also a very tough team to play against. Now, we have been, we are in the round of 16. We're in the position where we can, capitalize on where they put us, right? I think we should know that no team is easy. No team is easy to face in this competition. It's the Champions League. At the end of the day, you need to come to the game. You need to bring your best out. From the start of the game to the end of the game, you need to bring your best. What you can do. You need to make sure your level is top level. You need to bring that top level to the Champions League. We cannot take any team easy. We have to make sure that we start the game well. We have to make sure that we play good football. We have to make sure that we don't make the same mistakes we made in the first leg. Who remembers the first leg? The first leg was very, very awful. I will not lie. Personally, I love the way we came back. I love the way we created chances, scored goals, Rafinha scoring the winner. I love those kind of things. But at the same time, it can't be repeated. We have to learn from our mistakes, right? We need to make sure that we start the game well, because you don't want to be ending this game in this kind of scoreline again. You don't want to be, because it's a very very risky thing to do. I feel like we should just come to this game and play with all seriousness and focus to the final. The way we played, the way we played Bayern, that kind of game. You need to play with all seriousness. You have to make sure you don't make mistakes from the start of the game to the end of the game. That is exactly what we need to bring to this game. Coming to this game, we need to make sure we are steady in the defense, we are steady in the midfield, we are steady in all positions, even the attack. We need to make sure that we keep creating, and not only creating chances, but finishing those chances. Most of our problems, is also finishing chances. Sometimes we create a lot of chances, but we score goals, yes, but some of those chances we don't even finish. Some open net chances. I've seen some open net chances missed this season. I will not lie. You can see you saw the one against Real Sociedad. Was it Real? I can't really remember, but there were some misses this season that were just unbelievable. Even the El Clasico, Robert Lewandowski, when Rafinha crossed the ball to him, he didn't score. That was a simple tapping. He didn't tap it in, right? Even the Ferran Torres against Atletico 4-4. Who remembers that open net? He just couldn't finish it off. He had beaten the keeper. He had beaten the defender. Just push it into the net, just with a good pace, hit the ball well, right? He didn't do it, and we don't need to start the game that way. If you check Benfica is a very good side. I will not lie. They are playing good football. They knocked Monaco out. Don't forget that this Monaco side, we've not actually beaten Monaco. From the start of the season, when we played differently, they won us. And then in the first game of the Champions League, they also won us. And this is the same Benfica that knocked them out. So we need to be, we need to be very, very serious when we're playing these people, because I don't really want us to, take it, because it's Benfica, we're not, doing what we're supposed. We need to make sure we start the game well. We start the game well, I'm very, very sure we are going to be all right. We need to make sure we start the game well, because we cannot take any team. This is the Champions League. We cannot take any team lightly. Right? So if you check their, the games they played in the Champions League, but they even beat Atletico 4-0. This Benfica side, they beat Atletico Madrid 4-0. This is the same Atletico that, maybe you can say that they were not, clicking that period, right? But we still need to be careful, right? You don't want a situation whereby you come to this game, you don't start well, and then everything starts going down, right? We don't want that. We are Barca. We need to make sure we come to this game with all seriousness to win it, right? And then if you check our own fixtures, we've had a good run in the Champions League. It's not like we have not had a good run in the Champions League. Barcelona has had a good run in the Champions League. We only lost one, drew one, and won the remaining games. We were also amazing. We also played good football. And if you check the competition we've been consistent in, it's the Champions League. We've been very, very consistent in the Champions League. We've been very, very, very consistent in the Champions League than the La Liga. We've been very, very consistent. And so we need to keep it going. We need to make sure that our heads, we are focused. We need to make sure we are focused. It's a very young team. Yes, I understand. The likes of Lamine Yamal, 17-year-old, Kobasi, Pedri. It's a young team, but we need to focus. You understand? We need to focus so we can be able to, progress to the next round of the Champions League. We need to make sure that we come to the game with all seriousness. If we start the game well, everything will go well. That is exactly how we have to play. We cannot come to this game and say, okay, it's because it's Benfica, we need to just, and then we, lose it at the back, right? We don't need to do that. And now there's another thing, I also want to talk about is the lineup, right? I've been thinking about so many things, who has Flick start, who is going to start in defense, who's going to start in midfield, who's going to start in attack, right? So for me, I have Szczesny in goal as usual. I don't see Nakepena starting over Szczesny again. To be honest with you, I think Szczesny is going to start play all our games until the end of the season. I don't see Nakepena or even Marc-Andre ter Stegen that will be coming back from injury. I don't even see him, taking the spot of Wojciech Szczesny. So for me, my lineup for this, this is my own lineup. No, this is not the lineup. This is not the official lineup for the game. This is my own prediction. My own prediction for the lineup, right? So my prediction is Szczesny in goal, right? Balde in left back position, Inigo Martinez, Kobasi, and Jules Koundé. Yes, we have gone with this backline because I think this is our most consistent backline. I understand that Araujo, yes, is fit, this, that, but I feel like we need to play our most consistent backline. But if anything goes wrong, we can tweak it because, why not, right? Araujo just coming back from injury. Let's, try to minimize the way we give him games so he doesn't go out and injure, right? We need to take it easy with these players that are coming back from injury. You don't want to be giving their body a lot of work. You need to gradually introduce them to the game so that their body will get used to it. Then for my midfield is Pedri. Yes, Pedri is going to start for me. Pedri is definitely going to start. He's the magic man, he's the magician, he's the orchestrator, he's the creator, right? We all know. And then Casado. Why did I pick Casado? Now it's a very busy debate at this point in time. It's a debate. A lot of people are saying start Frankie, start Casado. For me, I think in this kind of game, we need that defensive backup in case. Casado, if you check the way Casado, although Real Sociedad did not play, the best of games because they didn't attack us, they were just defending. If you check the game, he had a good game, by the way, but I still feel like Casado is still a good player. He can help us, defensive wise. You understand? And he can still, do something with the ball. He can still create, from those defensive spaces. He can still look for those long balls that he can actually do that. He has that in his locker. He's a very good player. So I feel like we are going to go. I feel like we should go with Casado starting this game because I feel like we have to be very aware defensively. So we don't make the mistakes we made in the first leg. I don't know if I'm making sense, right? Sorry, that we made in the first time we played Benfica. So we need to be careful. So I feel like Casado is that man that will help protect that back line, that will give that defense solid, like that solidity it needs to function well. Then he will also give Pedri freedom to operate. He will give Pedri more freedom. Pedri will now know that, yes, I think I'm more, I'm comfortable, because sometimes you see Pedri tracking back, helping to defend, right? But I think this will give Pedri freedom to operate, to cause more damages to Benfica. And then, yeah, Casado for me. And then who's going to play the number 10? Gavi is not feeling fine, right? Firmino is not really, clicking right now, so I don't think he's going to start. So I think the perfect man for that position is nobody else but Dani Olmo. Yes, Dani Olmo is going to, for me, is going to be starting that game. I don't see anybody, replacing him. But if I do, I will not be surprised. But from the last game, we heard that Gavi, is not, feeling fine. But as the flick said, we will see whether he's going to play. So we'll see. Then, but for me, Dani Olmo is going to start. Then Lamine Yamal as usual, Rafinha and Robert Lewandowski. I don't see Ferran Torres starting this game. I'm sorry. I think we just need that, that proper. You just need that typical of Robert Lewandowski, right, to just be in that front line and just help the team going forward. I know sometimes he can be annoying, missing. Sometimes he misses a lot of opportunities. To like extend your lead. When you're leading. But Lewandowski has just been missing some easy chances this season. I don't know why, but I mean, he's 36. What can I say, right? So there's a big news coming out, from Benfica. The two players are currently going to be missing that game. It's good news, yes. Although the first player, Angel Di Maria, is not really somebody that played the first time we played them. He didn't really do anything. I know that he came into the second half. He kind of was trying to change the game for his team, but he didn't really do anything. It was just that chance he had, and Szczesny made the save, right? He didn't really do anything. But the next player is their midfielder. I've forgotten his name, but there's a midfielder for them that is currently injured. I don't know if he's injured, but the report says that he's going to be missing that game. So, and he plays defensive midfield for them. So I think that is a very, very good thing for us going forward. So we need to capitalize on all these things. We need to make sure we come to this game with all seriousness, no joking around, no playing around. We need to be very, very serious. I know that Hansi is going to be, telling the players that this is where the journey starts. This is where the real competition. This is where the real competition starts. You need to play this game to win it, to progress to the next round. I trust Hansi He's a very, very straightforward manager. He will let them know what is at stake, and I know the players already know what is at stake. So we need to support them. Us Barca fans, we need to be behind them, supporting them, cheering them on, and hopefully we get this win against Benfica. Thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you for staying with me. Thank you for staying with me. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Help me out. I'm trying to grow the channel. Let's grow this community. Let's share the video. Let's share it to our friends, Barca fans. Come on, let's show some love. So thank you for watching the video. Thank you. I'll see you next time when the game is done.